Howdy. It's been a while. Let's make something.
Just like Biggie said, I just need one chance, baby. Just like Drizzy said, I just need one dance, baby. Baby, baby, baby. It's gotten to the point now where I'm gonna go on a hunger strike until this video's done. I'm going to deprive myself of sustenance for the art, because I've had plenty of chances to make this video, and now we are finally underway. I always give myself excuses as to why I'm not gonna make a video. Like, oh, I had a long work week, tough work week. Yeah, I don't have the mental energy to do this right now. The house is too loud. There's too much going on. Not today, baby. Not today, baby. It's probably gonna be bad. Not that any of my other videos are good. We're not gonna worry too much about the quality. The quality gets better with the quantity, in my opinion. In something of this nature, you just have to do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. But yeah, I'm going on a hunger strike so this art can be created. This is Let's Make Mistakes, where art is life or death. Because I'm kidding, but not actually. Because I really want to make this video. Because I've stated before, doing nothing is pretty rad to me. Just sitting down, sucking my thumb, watching YouTube shorts. That sounds so entrancing and great. I wish to never use my brain ever again. And I could cope and say, oh, I had a tough work week. It's been difficult. I don't have the mental capacity to do anything difficult right now. But that's loser talk. I'm just done with excuses. Because this is crap. This is bull honky. You know what it is? I haven't been prioritizing me at all this week. I could say the same for last week too. I haven't done anything that was good for me. I will edit that. There's been some things that I needed to do, and I'm glad I did them. But in terms of creativity and challenging myself, I have done nil, zilch. Nada, not one damn thing that was creative, using my brain, challenging myself. I have done nothing. And I'm not going to stand for that, so I'm not eating until this video is finished. And you might be thinking, hey, that's really unhealthy. You need a lot of things, and food is one of them. No. I'm getting my priorities in order. This is my priority. These birds are my priority. Because I talk to myself so often. I try to plan my day out, my time. I try to plan all of that out, and then it goes to crap. And I say, good try, champ. Let's try it again tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, and then it just gets pushed back further and further, and then nothing gets done, and then I feel like okay, we're calm. We're calm. We're cool, bro. We're cool. It's fine. I haven't been drinking enough water. I haven't been getting much sleep. I'm going to explode. I'm going to... And it's only self-inflicted. There has been no outside stimuli that has been stopping me or getting in the way of my creativity. It is simply just me. And that's the devastating part of it. Because making videos, being creative, inspiring others to do the same, that has been my goal for almost a year. And it's been such a positive change to my outlook on creativity and art and everything that fits in that box. But whenever it comes down to the nitty-gritty and the hard work, the output is not there. I talk about all the time about these things that I need to be doing and how I can be better, but I say it and never follow up on it. I like to believe that I have a positive self-image. Like when I look inward, I think I'm a positive person. I like to help others, even to like an unhealthy extent. I want to lift people up. I want others to be better than they were. I want to make people as happy as possible. But whenever it comes to me and my own standards of what I want out of life, it's almost as if I'm a bad friend who always lets you down. And like, why am I friends with this person if they never act on how they speak? And that makes me want to put my head through a brick wall. So I guess my point is, I rarely ever do as I say. I say one thing and do another, and that's such a frustrating thing, because I gravitate to what's comfortable. I don't want to challenge myself. I don't want to be better, it seems. I mean, as I say them now, I do want those things, but how I act is completely different. And I've preached before, it's never that serious, it's never that deep. But on the other side of that coin, I do want it to be serious. I do want it to be deep, and I want it to be a huge part of my life is creating something that's true to me, something that's going to make me happy, something that could benefit others as well as myself. I want that more than anything in the world, but how bad do I want it if I'm not willing to do it, even when it's a difficult thing? Because you could look at this and say, oh, he's just drawing pictures, he's painting some bullshit. Like, I want to have more control in my life and how I occupy my time. And drawing little pictures and painting flowers, that's having more control of my time. I would rather be doing that than almost anything else. And when my actions do not reciprocate that thought and that feeling, I swear, I'm in a good mood, but I'm just reaching into the depths of my brainstem to tell you how I feel, because it's been a while since this camera was on, so I got a lot on the noggin. I realize that I haven't shared any music in the past 2 weeks, so that's gonna change. First up is September by Dog Park. Absolute bop. Next is AT&T by Liquid Mike. Yes, please. I need more of this. I don't know what memory it tickles whenever I listen to this song, but it just makes me feel like a 90s kid. I mean, I'm a 90s baby, barely. But it's like, it makes me feel as if I was growing up in that era, and that makes me so happy. AT&T by Liquid Mike. Last but not least, You Deserve This, Men I Trust. Oh my god. And in lighter news, I had a great weekend. As always, nails by Bay. She cleaned me out right, got me all glossy. Y'all already know. Had a nice chill sesh. Watched 10 Things I Hate About You. Fell asleep on her. Excuse me. It was just so cozy and calm. I was like a cat in a windowsill. I just couldn't keep my eyes open. Oh, another thing I've been getting into is the UK Quiz Bowl and the University Challenge. Is probably some of the most British entertainment I have ever indulged in. And it is wild to see how smart people are. It is just crazy to see the capacity of people's memory. And it's so alien to me because I'm such a mouth breather. And they ask them starter questions, which could be about anything possible, like history, literature, fine arts, geography, absolutely anything. I feel like such a simpleton watching any of that. And then I had the thought, like, What knowledge do I have about anything? What could someone possibly ask me about a certain subject to where I could answer questions? And it's such a fast-paced trivia setup that they have. Is a starter question, and whichever team answers it correctly, they get 3 bonus questions after. Like the one I just watched was their bonuses were about stained glass in the UK and composers and forts in the UK countryside. Like, what are we doing? Why does anybody know these things? I've talked about this before. It's just wild to see people in their element, people doing what they were born to do. That's such an entertaining thing for me to see, because that's completely out of my wheelhouse. It's something I would never be able to do, so it interests me. I want to see other people do what I am not capable of, because I would have trouble on Family Feud, let alone having to answer questions about 12th century rulers in Denmark. Like, what are we talking about? I realize now that the only thing that this video consists of is my crash out and university challenge. And I don't have any better subject matter. That's just what's been on the front of my brainstem recently, is just trying to be better. Trying to understand my tendencies and why they happen. And that can be a very daunting thing, is to try to understand why you are the way that you are. Why do you act in certain ways? Why do you react in certain ways? And I put so much pressure on myself because I know everything could be better. When my lady was doing my nails yesterday, she was nervous to ask me about this, but she wanted to talk about my mom. And I thought it was very sweet that she was curious about my mother. And she was nervous to ask because she wasn't sure if it was a sensitive topic or not. But I assured her that I love talking about my mom, anything and everything about her. I'm thankful that I'm with someone who is curious about my life and why I am the way that I am. My mother is a huge influence on my art, my creativity, and she was the start of it all, truly. And what's also been on my mind recently is how similar I am to both my parents, the tendencies and the learned behavior that I have from both of them. And it's not always the good qualities that you pick up from your family, your friends, your parents. And that's something you have to live with because it's embedded in your brain when you're growing up, your most impressionable state of being. Like, because when I was younger and I learned that your brain stops developing at around 25, I'll be like, oh, I got plenty of time to polish this thing and have a good brain for the rest of my life. And then I hit 25 and I expected like the lights to come on, the gears to start turning, like the engine's gonna turn over any minute. And then I turned 26. I was like, oh shit. This thing ain't going anywhere. It ain't got no gas in it. Come to the realization that I'm in control of this thing. I have the power to change things with myself if I am not satisfied with it. I have the power over my behaviors, my reactions, my initial actions. I have the power to control those things. I'm rambling. I don't know where I started and where I'm at now, but I'm gonna bring it back to my mom. And I say all this to say I am very thankful. The parental partnership in my household as a child was very I couldn't ask for more. You know, they were supportive, they were giving, and just all around great. I mean, I had the bad times too. Don't think my childhood and life is perfect. It was as good as it could be in this generation, you know? And I was brought up in a great time, a great house with a great family, and I'm just thankful that I had all of that in my formative years when my brain was a sponge and I was soaking in everything around me. Because no matter what I start with, I always end on something, either something like faux philosophical or internal thinking and overthinking. I don't know why. I want to be entertaining, I want to be funny and quirky and witty and have a good time, but it's like most of what I think about is, why am I the way that I am? How can I be better? How can I live a more prosperous life? What can I do, or how can I act to make me feel okay with being alive and being myself? That's just a lot of what I think about, and I want to bring it to the table for anybody that sees this. I really do be just getting in depressive states and turn the camera on. It's so upsetting. But I think I earned a meal with this one. Let's take a look. I really just wanted to do an archway that covered the paper. I didn't know what was going to go in the middle of it, but these two birds took seniority. I could definitely add to this, but my stomach is growling and I need sleep. So this is it for now. I hope you made something along with me. I hope you enjoyed yourself throughout this gobbledygook. I hope to see you in the next installment of Let's Make Mistakes, but until then, be good and embrace your mistakes. Bye. Love you.